Fusion cores are integral to power armor users, and getting a hold of fusion cores may be problematic early game. Let's take a look at how you get fusion cores. This is the second episode in my series dedicated to power armor in Fallout 76. In the previous episode, we learned all about power armor frames and how to get them, so check that out if you need a refresher. But for now, let's carry on. In my first episode, I showed you how to find a few power armor frames. What I didn't mention is that each frame in the overworld has one fusion core in it. Unfortunately, they're not usually full. You can take them by hitting the transfer button and just pressing A to take it out of the inventory. Remember, power armor spawns aren't guaranteed, so you can check multiple locations and still come up empty-handed. This is not an efficient way to get fusion cores. This is just something to check as you happen by a known spawn, or if you're low on resources. There are much better ways to get fusion cores, such as power plants. There are 3 power plants across the map. You can take over their workstation, power up the power plants, and you have 3 fusion core generators on site. Let me show you where the power plants are. First is the Monongah Power Plant. It is north of the top of the world and east of the Morgantown Airport. The Thunder Mountain Power Plant is located in the upper right side of the world. You can locate it by looking for this body of water on your map. When we zoom out, you'll see it's the only one up here. The Poseidon Energy Plant is located in the lower left corner of the world. It is just above the Ash Heap region, just south of the Giant Teapot, and to the right of the Nuka-Cola Power Plant. Each power plant has a fusion core processor, which generates 8 fusion cores an hour. It requires 100 power to function. You'll need to claim the power station's workshop in order to get access to that processor. Be aware, this does initiate PvP. Anytime you claim a workshop in Fallout 76, you do initiate PvP. Someone can just come and ruin your day. So if you're trying to farm fusion cores this way, it's best to do it in a private world, so with Fallout first. When you first arrive to the unclaimed power plant, you'll be given a powering up quest for that power plant. It's a rather tedious quest involving you running around the entire power plant repairing it. But you need to actually finish that quest in order to supply power to the processor, because once you finish it, these power boxes supply 400 power, and remember, you need 100 to power the fusion core processor. You can actually skip this process if you know how to craft fusion generators. Simply claim the workshop, set down your generator, and then attach a wire to the processor. It'll then produce fusion cores without having to do the power plant quest. There are 2 easy ways of getting the fusion generator plans. One is by completing the power plant quest. By doing this, you have a 1 in 3 chance of getting that generator plan. And each time you complete the quest, your chance goes up from 1 in 3 to 2 in 3 and then 3 in 3. And with 3 power plants across the map, if you take all 3 over in a private world, you're guaranteed to get the fusion core plans. But by holding all 3 power plants and checking back every hour, you're guaranteed 24 fusion cores. If you don't want to go through the trouble of actually completing the powering up quest, you can just go to the White Spring Mall, enter to the White Spring North entrance, and then fast travel into the mall. This location has a bunch of NPC vendors for various items, but by heading forward, we can check out the Free States vendor. This robot will have plans for the fusion generator. The plans are pretty cheap too. I only have 2 charisma, and right now they're 245 caps for me. Another way to get fusion cores is by crafting a Gatling laser. Every time you craft it, you gain 1 fusion core. It doesn't matter which level the Gatling laser is. I do recommend crafting at least 1 Gatling laser because you'll need one for the upcoming fusion core farming methods. But to gain the ability to craft the Gatling laser, we find ourselves back in the White Spring Mall. This time we're passing the Free States vendor and looking for the Brotherhood vendor. It will be located in the little hunting lodge-like area to the right after you spawn and walk a good distance. It'll be the one in the corner. You'll find the Gatling laser under notes, and this time the plans are kind of expensive. They're just under 4,500 caps. Daily ops are repeatable quests that change every day. The location, type of daily op quest, type of enemy, and type of mutations those enemies have change daily. And some of the mutations are difficult to deal with. Sometimes enemies will reflect damage back at you, which can be problematic. Sometimes they can get through your armor, which is harder to deal with, but it is doable. But the hardest one to deal with is when enemies can only be defeated by melee attacks. If you're a firearm user, this will slow you down. It's recommended that you be level 50 to do daily ops, and you have to be kind of powerful to be able to survive them alone. They're meant to be done in a group. Do most of the daily op with your chosen weapon. One of the best things about doing the daily ops is that as you complete them for your fusion cores, you get ammunition for your chosen weapon. But reflective and armor piercing can be a little annoying. And when you're finally done with that unnecessarily annoying daily op, switch to your Gatling laser just before you complete it. And though it's kind of small, you should be able to see that I earned 4 fusion cores by completing the daily op. Remember, this is repeatable. Do it as many times as you want. And if you control the power plants, remember to go back and check them between every 2 or 3 ops to maximize that fusion core yield. Next up are expeditions, which are quests that take place in isolated locations. You have to unlock the ability to do expeditions first, which you can get at the White Spring Resort. But for now, if we go to the Atlantic City location and down to the boardwalk, we start the new expedition for the Most Dangerous Game. This is a popular expedition because it's pretty fast to complete. Expeditions are meant for groups of players or single high-level players, but expeditions are another great way to collect ammunition for your main gun. You don't want to run the Gatling laser as you play, you'll whip it out at the end. This expedition ends with a battle against a set of twins, and once you defeat them, you're going to want to switch to your Gatling laser. From there, you end the expedition. And there, upon completion, 4 more fusion cores. Raids are the last farming method that we'll discuss. Raids are the current endgame content, so you're gonna need to be pretty strong or have a specific build to get through them. It's actually not too hard to make a build that's capable of beating the first raid part, the EN06 Guardian. It's actually kind of common for people to join other higher level players that repeat the Guardian farm. But once the Guardian is defeated, you're gonna want to switch to your Gatling laser. You'll want to have it out before the endgame screen pops up. I may have only gotten 1 fusion core for this run, but it took no more than like 3 minutes. This is easily repeatable. Not to mention, I earned chems, basic and improved repair kits, a weapon, other armor pieces, including a piece of the Vulcan armor, which is one of the better power armor pieces in the game, and a mystery bobblehead box. But that's how you get fusion cores. From now on, this series will be focused on individual power armor sets. We'll start with Hellcat power armor. Like and follow for more Fallout 76 breakdowns.